Blum Hollow fans. I'm Lucas Beaudoin, head professional. We've got Peter Hofstra behind the camera here. And today I'm going to take you through Blum Hollow and teach you how to play it and the quirks of every hole. So we're here on hole 1. Beautiful tee shot here. It goes down the basin and back up. This is the longest hole here at Blum Hollow, about 160 yards, depending on the tee and the pin. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and hit the opening tee shot. All right, and we're off. So ideally, this first hole, it's a very narrow fairway. There is a path that goes all the way up to the green. It's better to miss left here. It's easier to find your ball, and it's an easier angle into the green. There's a little bit more upslope, so you can pop that ball up nice and high and get it landing soft. If you miss to the right, there's a more severe bank just in front of the green. So it makes that distance control coming into the green much more difficult, and the lies are often worse on the right side there. So usually what I'll do is kind of aim at the left edge of the barn and try to hit it straight there, and if it cuts a little bit, that's perfect. Now this shot that I just hit, I thinned it, but it's gonna work out. It's just right of the fairway here, but really we shouldn't be too bad. Now, anyone who's played Blum Hollow will know that you can only use one club for the entire round, at least in competition. You could use a full bag. I've done it before. There's a video about that on the channel. But in match play competitions, any sort of competition, you're only allowed to use one club. Any scores that count towards a course record has to be one club. So normally people will choose either a pitching wedge or 9-iron. That seems to be the right amount of loft, which means that this hole is often unreachable. Only if it's downwind have I seen people drive it, and there's only ever been 1-2 recorded on this hole, and that was by yours truly. So here I am. I got a nice lie. Long is dead here, so you want to make sure that the miss is short. A little downwind, so I'm just going to try to land it kind of front of the green here. A little shorter than I wanted, but it's okay. We have a chance at a 4 still. Really what players are looking for on this opening hole is a 5 or less. Anything higher than that, you've kind of fumbled the bag. But if you can get out of here at a 4 or 5, you're doing pretty good. Here we are. So now this really isn't, I kind of have a bad lie, but this isn't too tough of a shot. I should be able to have a putt. Outside chance at a 4. One of the easier greens to putt on here at Blum Hollow, relatively flat. Let's see if we can make this. Yeah, bad break there, hit a little stub and just stopped. Now I got a little work. All right. Room for a 6, not ideal, but you know, hopefully we can recover on hole 2. So hole 2 is my favorite hole in the golf course. We have this beautiful walk back to the tee. You're looking over the woods. To your right, you can see the entire property here, the clubhouse, all the other amenities. And then once we get back to the tee, it's really a stunning tee shot. This hole is has the name Alcatraz because there is a lot of trouble on it, but it's also very scoreable if you know how to play it. So here we are on the tee, highest point on the golf course. Firing back over 1 green, and you can see 2 in the distance here. This hole's about 110. The miss here is long. Left and right are dead. Short is not an easy chip shot. So long is the best option if you're gonna miss it. So I usually swing a little harder than I would for a 100-yard shot. And that's what I'm gonna do here. Unfortunately, I missed that short. I did not hit that clean, so we're gonna have our work cut out. Getting into some of the records here at Blum Hollow, this hole is the hole with the highest recorded score on any hole on the property. And that was by yours truly behind the camera here, Peter Hofstra, with an 18. And that was captured on video. If you go and watch 3 magicians play Blum Hollow, you can watch Peter make an 18 on this hole, which is quite remarkable. So that is the highest score. It's a commonly asked question. The lowest score on any hole is a 2. There have not been any hole-in-ones on the 6-hole layout. However, Bob Blum, owner and general manager, has 2 hole-in-ones on the playoff hole, which can be seen in many videos. There's been a bunch of playoffs. It's arguably the easiest hole, but he did bang one off the barn and have it go in, which is pretty remarkable. So I think I'm somewhere in here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take a drop. So I think it was probably in this area. Now I'm hitting 3. Not an easy shot here. All right, safe play. Not very pleased with my start so far. This is a very deceptive green. You got the false front, and with that front pin, I see a lot of players just ram it long. It's 2 6s to start, not ideal, but lots of golf left. So hole 3, the original layout, we had a trailer here, and that would be the tee. And there is a little trailer here, it's in a different spot. But this area of the golf course changes a lot, and there's always different equipment around here, different hazards, and that comes into play on hole 2. So anytime you're missing long on hole 2, there's going to be different obstacles back here that you have to maneuver. The permanent tee for hole 3 is now over here. At some point this summer, we're going to do another course flyover and show all the changes, because in the original one, it's from that trailer. But this is the shortest hole on the golf course. It's around 60 yards. And all that dirt left was added maybe a year and a half ago. And that, of course, is OB. And right is no good either. So this hole has really gotten much tougher over the years. It is the largest green, so that's the plus, but you really need to be on target. So let's see how we do. All right, we were on line, but we're short, and a lot of thick grass. So once again, not good. I'm not pleased with my play, but that's okay. Now this hole, when this golf course was first getting started, this is the first hole to record a 2. And that was made by Tyler James. He made a 2 on this hole. This is before we were even cutting greens and tees. I mean, this was bare bones, like first days of Blum Hollow. You can actually see that tune putt on the Instagram account. So if you go scroll through the Instagram, there is a video of Tyler James making his short putt for the first ever two here at Blum Hollow. So you can see this grass short of the green's really thick. Now luckily, we do find my ball, and it's a decent lie. I lost a ball earlier today in this area. So hopefully we can hit a good one and make it three. All right, not bad. So as you can see, large green here. It is rather bumpy, so this is no gimme here. This is just as easy a three putt as a one putt. Woo. And unfortunately, that will be a three putt for 5. 665, really need a strong finish for a good round. Hole 4 coming up here, Grapevine, is the most difficult hole in the golf course. Now the difficulty is ramped up significantly during the summer months. And that's because this hole is in the middle of the grapevines. So when those grapes are in bloom, they're really bushy, and it's much harder to hit across rows if you happen to find yourself in the wrong area. So very difficult hole. It's easier now because the grapes are not in season, but still very difficult. It's about 90 yards. Firing over the OB and over the road. This is really the pivotal hole of the round. If you are on course record watch, this is the hole that's going to do it. When Tyler James shot his 17 here in the summer, he made a 2 here. That's what did it. All right, it felt like a good swing. I might be a little right. Speaking of Tyler James and his course record, you can also watch that on the YouTube. Just go look for Tyler James course record. And he actually broke the course record twice in the same day. The course record was 22, held by Reed Spangler. He comes out and just has an unbelievable day here at Blum Hollow. He shoots 21 to break the course record by a shot. And then later on in the day, he starts his round 3-3-3, which is amazing, especially to get a 3 on 1 is just great. And then he makes a 2 here, so we knew he was going to break it again. It's just a matter of by how much, and it was by a lot. So as you can see here, there is a patch of green before the grapevines, so a short miss is always good here. And then it's just about finding the right row. So I'm a little long and just a row to the right, which is not a terrible miss. We'll see how the lie is.
It's almost the exact same spot.
Now, when I shot a 17 here, mine was during the winter. The course was playing much easier, but I also made a 2 here. And it just goes to show you how pivotal this hole is. So I'm hoping I can get this up and down for a 3. All right. Probably the toughest green on the course, very bumpy. And that's unfortunate. That's another 5. We are sitting at 22 through 4 holes. So we need to work here to break 30. So after hole 4, the last 2 holes, it's a much easier finish. 5 still has some bite to it off the tee. a relatively easy green. There's been a lot of 2s here. 6 is the easiest hole in the golf course. This is the hole that people have come close to make it a hole in one, the closest. When Reed Spangler shot his course record 22, he hit it to about 2 inches here, which you can also see on the YouTube. The road hole, about 65 yards. Green goes downhill, you don't need to carry it that far. About 50 yards is what you want the carry to be. So that was about the distance. I was just a little too far right, and that'll probably kick down into the rough. But it shouldn't be too bad. It's actually better to miss this shot onto the road than it is to hit it left. Because left, you got really thick grass. And for a skilled player, it's much easier to hit off of the gravel in the road than it is coming out of that long grass with a 9-iron or a pitching wedge. A lot of people have tried to bank it off the barn, some successfully. The barn's a little too far back to get it close, but I have seen some good shots that stay on the green banking it off the barn. Peter actually banked one off the barn earlier. So here's my shot. Again, I'm hoping to get this up and down for a 3, but I have not been successful at all today. Lots of right to left, or excuse me, lots of left to right action, a little bit downhill. All right, that's a better shot. See if we can make a 3 here. All right, there we go. There's a good hole for you guys. So now the last hole, hole 6. It's a comfortable hole if you have a lead going into it because it's relatively easy. The only thing you can't do on 6 is go long. Because long, there's nasty tall grass and it goes away from the green, so it's easy to launch it down the hill. It is a short hole, it's like 68 yards. Going back over the road again. Now we have seen players miss it right and kind of hit some barns and go right, and of course that's no good. We've also seen a player hit it off of a bucket and go into this long barn backwards. That was Jimbo Speed in the Magicians Play Golf video. That was a fun shot. But really, it's a good scoring chance coming down the stretch. When Tyler shot his 17, he made a long putt for a 2 here. Well, that's long, not good. Kind of took a firm bounce. It really wasn't too bad of a shot, but it will be a difficult second. Really, you can hit it pretty far short here because there's this mound in front of the green, and if you land it short, it just kind of kicks the ball forward, and you can still get it to the front of the green. When Tyler shot his 17, of course you can see this in the video, the pin was about there, and he was right here. Made about a 30-footer. Just incredible.
All right.
Oh, there she goes. Okay. Not the worst spot, but a touchy little chip shot here. Woo! I don't know how that didn't go in. So there's a couple of threes to finish, which means we shot 28. So at least we saved ourselves from getting into the 30s there. But that's Blum Hollow, and I hope to see you all out here, and I hope to see you all challenging the course record and winning some match play classics. Thank you for joining me.